Hello again, my name is Joel Broughton and welcome to our next training on forums. Right now I want to spend a little bit of time talking about signature files. In the last video we kind of went through making sure that you have signature files and how to set them up and kind of the technical aspects of that. But I want to talk a little bit about signature files with regards to marketing right now. And I think it's very important that we go through this information, that you spend some time working on your signature files. I mean, this is a big part of advertising. This is a big part of whether or not you're going to have any success at all doing posting in forums is, not only obviously participating and building relationships and things like that in the forums, but also whether or not you have an offer that matches your audience. So targeting your audience is a very, very important thing when it comes to forum marketing and of course really any advertising on the internet. But specifically targeting your audience for the forum that you're in. And I briefly mentioned a couple things yesterday. If you're in a business forum or an MLM forum versus kind of a hobby type forum, if you're in a hockey website or a knitting or golf or something like that, the audience is so much different. You need to use the language that they would recognize or that they understand or that they use. So make sure that as you're setting up your signature files for the individual forums, you don't just necessarily copy your signature file through all of them, but more importantly, you set up a custom signature file for each forum based on the audience that's in that forum or the people that are in there. And again, there are some small nuances, but generally, as long as you kind of have a good idea of what types of people are in there or what the major draw is for being there, what the major topics are, then you're going to want to obviously focus on that. And the other thing too is, within some of these business forums, there's a lot of there's a lot of targeting based on lead generation, advertising, stuff like that is always good. But just keep in mind, you may also want to differentiate yourself a little bit and offer things like personal mentoring or stuff like that that's just slightly different than what you might see in the forum. And feel free to change your signature file. I mean, you're never married to one. Just because you set it up when you first go in the forum doesn't mean you can't change your sig file and to something else. The other thing about signature files in forums is that you do need to capture attention. If I don't grab your attention with either the title or the first line or the first few words of my signature file, chances are you're probably not going to be clicking on my link. So always think of something that might interest you or that might interest people that are in there, and try to grab their attention with the first few words of your signature file. Obviously, interest is the other thing. They need to be interested in the topic that you're talking about. So as you write a few more words or a sentence, it's got to be something that's going to kind of draw them in and allow them to get excited about what it is that you're talking about. And a call to action is very important as well. So you need to go to my website now, or get free details here, or something like that that's specifically telling them to click on your website there, or your link at the bottom. So many people just put kind of a very weak call to action, or they just end up putting their website in there. And especially with the business forums where it is highly competitive, you do want to just add those extra couple words, to get people, clicking on your link. And the third thing that I want to talk about briefly is just exposure through consistency. Signature files and forums are great, and a way to improve that, or a way to really capitalize on the signature files, is to have your signature file not only stand out, but be visible regularly in the forum. Advertising works better when there's a lot of repetition. So if you're consistently posting in these forums and contributing and being a member, you're going to get way more exposure. But not only that, the repetition will create more interest in your ad or in your signature file. If people are constantly seeing your signature file all over the place, eventually they're going to be taking action. If they see it once, great, they may or may not, but if they're constantly seeing it day in and day out, week in and week out, then there's a better chance that they're going to finally kind of break down and go to your website and check it out. So that's kind of the third thing I wanted to talk about, signature files. I'm not going to spend a huge amount of time going through this, but I mean, really just be creative, be yourself, and obviously if you follow these kind of simple principles, then you can get you can have a lot of success with signature file marketing in the forums. I'm just going to go through a few samples. Some people get stuck and never get started with signature files or with their marketing. So I'm just going to go through a few examples that feel free to copy. You can use them. Some of these might fit into kind of what your marketing's about or what your sales pages do, but it's completely up to you. You can copy some of this, grab a sentence out of one, combine it with another, or completely write your own. Keep in mind, these aren't, I just took the a few minutes to type these out and write these out. These aren't the best signature file in the world. The best one really is the one that gets shown consistently through the forum. So first one, I'm currently looking for people to partner with to expand my new internet business. Full training is provided. Check out my site for details at. So that one is kind of a generic one. It can be used in both business forums and forums that are non-business related, just because it is it is very simple. It's not very technical. It doesn't use a lot of jargon from the MLM world. It's just talking about a new internet business, full training. Check out my site. All right. Second one you can copy if you want. Learn how you can get 20 to 30 leads per day for free. Step-by-step training and personal mentoring available. Free details at. And that's one obviously that you're going to just put in a business or an MLM type forum. And obviously you need to have some type of back-end offer that shows them how to generate those leads, or you need to work with them and do some training with them so that they're able to do that. Third one, build your list fast, simple, affordable, instant results. And then you'd put a call to action like free details or check out my site for details. I just didn't have room on this slide, but obviously the call to action you need there as well. That one's just a little quicker, kind of a little hit you with it. Nothing too specific, but definitely you can get some results there too. Have your prospects pay you before they join your business. Now that's intriguing. Free details. Okay, so the fact that you're able to show them how to get prospects to buy something or to monetize their list or something like that, definitely not a bad angle or a bad hook for people in business or people in an MLM. Learn how to generate 10 leads a day with video. Free details. Okay, obviously you have to be able to show them how to use videos. Or video marketing, or you can obviously work with them on our tutorials on video marketing. Simple techniques to double your lead generation. Free details. Now that's kind of a neat one because that potentially could appeal to somebody that's already generating leads, and we can maybe show them ways where they can improve or increase the number of leads that they're generating. All right, so there's a few different ones. You can feel free to kind of rewind or pause the video or go back and copy any of these. They're yours to use, or be creative. The other way, obviously, that we talked about before, when you're writing ads and stuff like that, I was talking in the pay-per-click marketing, is go to your capture page or go to your sales page and just pull off some of the wording on there and put them in your ad. So whatever it is that your main offer or whatever it is that your company is offering, definitely you can use that in your advertising as well. So that's it. Again, keys being to grab the attention, get them interested, and get them to your site. And of course, the more repetition and the more consistent you are in posting, the more you're going to get these signature files out there. So I look forward to seeing the next video. Hope you take action right now.